Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited for this video because we're going to be doing a swatch party with the new Smokey Glam palette from Bella Beaute Bar, and this is actually a smaller, more updated, curated version of their original Smokey Glam palette. I will leave a picture on screen because I don't personally own it. I always thought it was a beautiful eyeshadow palette, but just a little bit too big for my preferences. So when I saw this revealed, I was just immediately like, this is so me. This is so pretty. Like if you're a mauve lover, I mean, let me just show you. This palette is absolutely stunning. The shimmers look so beautiful. It says that this palette has 5 new multi-chrome shimmers and the original palette only had 1. It also says there are 4 existing duochrome shimmers that have been improved with increased sparkle and shine, as well as 11 existing curated mattes in our beloved formula. So this palette is going to be launching on May 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is definitely an expensive palette. It's going to be $75. So I'm curious. Ooh, don't know what I got in there. I'm curious to play with this and let you know if it's worth the money, if the quality feels up to par with, you know, my other favorites from Bella Beaute Bar. And I do have an affiliate code with Bella Beaute Bar. So if you're wanting to save 10% off your purchase and take this palette down to like $68-ish, then you can use my code AMYLOVES, of course, on anything on the website. I did promise y'all on Instagram that if this palette arrives before the baby does, that I would be doing content with it. So let's start swatching. So jumping right on in, the first shade that we have is Lace, and it's just a true white matte shade, and it does feel very creamy and pigmented to the touch. We've got Angel Eyes, which is definitely a multi-chrome. We've got some green and pink and gold happening here. Super, super pretty. Very metallic. We've got Corset, which I would say is like a really soft kind of rosy brown matte. And then we also have the shade Love Bug, which looks like a really pretty kind of deeper wine matte. Ooh, see, I told you that one does feel very pigmented. And there is Angel Eyes in the mirror, just so you can see the shiftiness. Next we have the shade Icon, which looks like a really pretty kind of almost Barney purple, I would say. We've got Milk Bath. Ooh, okay. I would say that looks like an iridescent type multi-chrome with white, blue, green. Might be able to see even more with the mirror. We've got Playful, which is so smooth and looks like a really intense goldeny green murky base and a very pink shift to it. That one's really, really pretty. Cuddles, just a nice lilac. Ooh, I was just thinking this palette paired with the Bella Beaute Bar and Deandra Nicole palette would be so pretty together. Like if you are a purple lover, that's actually heaven right there between the two palettes. And then again, here's what those shifts look like. Next we have Velvet Crush, which looks like a really beautiful, super sparkly, kind of orangey base with a pinky purple shift to it. It's very, very vibrant. We've got Silk Teddy, which this is definitely a holochrome shadow with some pink, some purple, green, just all the sparkles. Again, super, super pretty. These colors almost look similar on camera, but the shifts and the holochromeness of the shade make them completely different in person. We've got Pillow Fight. Ooh, that's so cute. Just a really soft iridescent white to pink purple type shade. Very, very foiled. Pink Diamonds. Okay, so this I would say is the first traditional shimmer shadow. It still is a duochrome. It has a purple to green flip to it, but it's not anywhere near as like foiled or creamy as the other shades. It just feels like a powder. Like a powder shadow. Nothing wrong with that. So far, I'm feeling really happy with all the shimmer options in here. I feel like if you're going to be spending the big bucks for an indie palette, you definitely want to have some special shades happening. And these are really beautiful, especially that holochrome. Like, I know it's a little out of focus, but just so you can see all those sparkles a little bit closer up. And then there's the shifts in the mirror. Hopefully you can see that. I mean, they're all stunning. So I think I'm gonna probably wipe this off to swatch the rest just so you guys can see everything really well. But that is the first half of the palette. Like I said, so far, super impressed. I'll zoom you out. I mean, stunning. Pinky purple lovers for sure. There are a lot of shadows here that have a bit of like a warmer orangey base to them. So I wouldn't say like true pinky purple. There's some nuances, but I like it. Okay, next we've got the shade Whisper. I would say just a true mid-tone mauve. Really nice and creamy. Hypnotic. Definitely a very foiled, chunky shadow. I don't know if you can tell, but it definitely has a bit of texture to it. It's a shadow I would recommend being really careful with. Probably going to apply way better with your finger than with a brush, but it has a really soft, like lavender shift and then a deeper purple base. We've got Night Dream, just a stunning, super pigmented aubergine. And then I'm really excited for this last row because it's getting a little bit more cool toned and smoky. We've got Cuffs. I would say like a purpley toned taupe. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Okie dokie. I think this is gonna be my favorite part of the palette, honestly. Like, even just that right there. Give it to me. Okay, we've got Platinum, which this is a little bit more of like a silvery type shade, but it has a bit of a like murky yellowy green base and then a silver flip to it, so it's pretty unique. We've got Nocturnal, another kind of purpley toned, cool tone shade. Just looks like a really beautiful staple matte. We've got Mystery, which is more of just a true mid-tone gray. Again, very creamy. And then Smoked Out. This one still feels soft, but maybe not as creamy as the other mattes, but it looks to be, I think, just a very, very deep gray. I'm trying to decide. I don't know that it's black. Like, it looks very pigmented, but I can't decide. Let's just swatch it on the arm and see how we feel. It was so pretty. Yeah, I think I'm going to describe that as a deep, deep gray, but there you have it. That is the rest of the palette swatched out. I love these tones so, so much. I really love the way the whole palette looks swatched out together. I think it is stunning. I can definitely see a lot of people really enjoying this color story because it has, you know, some neutrals, but it also has a lot of fun, a lot of really intense, unique shimmers. And like I said, the original palette I always thought was pretty, but it was just a little bit too big for me. So now seeing this curated version, I just really love it. It spoke to me on first look. As soon as I saw the reveal, I was like, this is gorgeous, and I'm happy to report that just from touching and playing with the shadows a little bit, it feels like the typical amazing quality you can expect from Bella Beaute Bar. Let me grab a few of their palettes. One second. I just need to grab two of my other absolute favorites just to share. This is not necessarily a comparison. It is more of just like these will look beautiful together. So I have the Ultraviolet palette that they did with Deandra Nicole, and I did accidentally break the mirror, which I know was very bad luck, but I feel like these two would be so cute together. Obviously, the Ultraviolet is more like bam, in your face, intense purples. And the Smokey Glam is a little bit more soft, smoky mauves. But I think these two are besties. And then I also wanted to pull out my Realm of Fairies palette that they did with Sassy Fairy. Another absolute, absolute favorite. This is a little bit more on like the cool tone purpley blue side. But again, I think these could be super fun and complementary of each other. I don't know, I feel like if you love purples, these three palettes, like, this could just be like the ultimate purple bundle. I'm so set with them. So, alrighty, that is pretty much everything for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. and I will see you again very soon. Bye!